now?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so hi, I'm Siti, and Zepu will present to you Sustainable Development Goals 1 to 4. Okay, so number 1 is no sorry. Can you hear my voice or
Yes.
is it distract?
Yes. Can.
Okay, so number 1, no poverty. So what is meant by poverty? So poverty is by Alexander 2020 and United Nations 1995, absolute poverty is measured by a low income that places limitations on basic necessities. So what is included in basic necessities? So access to land, social participation, food, clean water, safe living conditions, education, clothing and medical services. So there are 700 million people that live in poverty, and we can see that there are 11.4% poverty rate in 2020 in US, which is a developed country. Which is increased 1% from 2019. So if the developed country have this amount of poverty rate, so can you imagine how much is the poverty rate in the undeveloped country? Okay, so what are the initiatives to reach the goals in 2030? So there are an organization called the Boredom Project. So it is increase the awareness about the poverty, but it is focused in the Asia and Pacific. There's also UNICEF, which always open donation for people who wants to donate to increase the basic necessities for the poverty people. So, how poverty relates to the nutrition? Poverty leads to limit access to adequate food intake and make it difficult to reach nutritional recommendations. So, this will leads to malnutrition. Okay, so SDG number 2, zero hunger. Wait, Okay, so hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so SDG number 2 is zero hunger. So zero hunger, it's not just that no access to food, but it also means that no access to healthy food. So as we can see, the statistic from 2005 to 2015 have decreased amount of hunger. So the initiatives could be that the country has become more rich so that the farmers can produce more good food production. Also found new food sources such as insects, and also many of the shops and stores gives edible food packaging to the consumers. But if we can see at the 2015 to 2018, the number of the hunger rise. So, okay, so as we know, the hunger. Okay, so as we know, the hunger is because of low food security, which can lead to malnutrition because of the reduce of food intake. So if we look at the world nowadays, we have some part of the world that have obesity problem, and some part of the world have malnutrition problem. So we can see that the world nowadays is not balanced in terms of diet. So I was thinking that how we want to achieve the goals in 2030 is that we can from the country that have a lot of food production can supply to the low food production. But then it's not what you think. Ending hunger isn't just about supply, but it is the world produce enough food to feed everyone on the planet. So that is what World Food Programme and Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations do, which is try to increase the food security all over the world. Okay, next. I pass to Zip.
Okay, good morning, Prof. Paul and Dr. Lim and my friends. Now I'd like to present on SDG Goal 3, which is ensuring good health and well-being among people of all age. Next. So there are total 13 targets in this goal, and most of them are emphasis on maternal mortality rate, neonatal mortality rate, illness, death, and the health problem. And the emphasis on ensuring the people's health and wellness and decreasing the mortality rate and death and illness. Next. And this is the continue for the previous slide. And next. So there are some initiatives done by Bangladesh and Thailand in order to achieve this goal. In Bangladesh, they implement 7 5-year plan and SDG tracker in order to achieve this goal, while in Thailand, the universal health coverage and village health volunteers play a role in this COVID-19 crisis, ensuring the people's well-being and health. Next. So there are relationship between nutrition and SDG 3. So based on the power of nutrition, investment in nutrition is very important to achieve SDG 3. They fund large scale of nutrition program, especially in countries with high standing rate. And based on FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, good health starts with nutrition. They emphasize on maternal health and nutrition awareness among girls and women. Next. So the next goal is quality education. This goal's emphasis on providing inclusive and equitable quality education and lifelong learning opportunities for all. Next. So there are total 10 targets in this goal, and majority of them are focusing on providing equitable and quality education for all, no matter what their age is and what their gender is. Next. And this is the goal also, the targets. Next. So there are initiatives done by America, India, and Philippines in order to achieve this goal. In America, they have done this through Schools Without Borders, ensuring books delivery to girls and reading workshops. In India, they implement Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan program to provide free and compulsory education for people within 6 to 14 years old. And they implement 12 5-year plan as well in order to achieve this. In Philippines, they implement Ambition 2040 to address their current generational needs. Next. So there are relationship between nutrition and SDG 4 as well. With improved nutrition, the children can achieve optimal physical and mental development and therefore increase their academic performance. And once they enter the society, they can achieve higher wage rates with their excellent performance in academic. Next. So here are the references I use for this presentation, and that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Sipui. So your group was very good, finished on time. Any questions? Students, please ask questions because otherwise I'm getting the bonus marks. Farhana, you have a question? You're mute.
Okay. I have a question. Can I ask?
Yes.
Has the initiatives of the SDG been implemented in Malaysia?
Which SDG goal will you refer to?
It doesn't matter. Any SD goals will be fine. I just want to ask, has there any of the SDG goals that you presented has been implemented in Malaysia?
Based on my knowledge, previously, like the government has provided like free smartphone and the data plan for students with under group of P40, so ensuring their access to the education.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Pramila, you have a question, is it? Your hand is up.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Hello? Are you asking a question?
Yes. For the presentation just now. Okay.
Yeah.
Under the goal to zero hunger, could you take them to eat taking insects as part of their and also for goal 4.
I think you are breaking up, Pramila.
Sorry, goal 10 of
Did you all hear her question?
Cannot actually hear.
Yeah, you are breaking up, Pramila.
you mean from the beginning?
Maybe just ask for one goal. Yeah. Which one you want to ask? Don't ask 2 or 3 questions. Thanks.
Okay. I want to know about the zero hunger. The insects just now. What example of countries who have implemented eating insects? Can you give an example, maybe?
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question. Can you repeat again?
Sipui, do you think you can help to answer the question? Because I think Siti Khadijah's place is a bit. Do you know the answer?
Asking which country is implement the insect one?
Yeah. As a policy, is that what you mean, Pramila?
Yeah, or their initiative to combat the zero hunger in their country.
Yeah. Do you know? You don't know. Siti Khadijah, do you know?
Pardon?
Whether there's any country who has initiative to introduce insect as a food?
You mean in policy?
Either policy or not policy, but
I think in China.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any examples? No?
In China, I'm not sure because I think when you go around China, you can see they eat many kind of insects. So,
okay. Maybe Dr. Jeff can answer this question.
Okay. I think none of the countries so far actually have the policy asking people to eat insect in order to eradicate hunger. But during the previous time, like, during the wartime, like for example, many countries, including like Japan, they consume insect as one of the food sources, because when the meat or the fish kind of sources were very low, then they consume like grasshopper or crickets as a protein sources. But so far for right now, I think none of the country actually have the policy to eradicate hunger by asking people to eat insect. But most of the country nowadays, like for example, you know, the UK, most of the developed country, they encourage their people to eat insect because of the environmental kind of issue. They want to promote environmental kind of issue rather than due to the zero hunger.
Okay, thanks for the answer. Thank you, this group for SDG. Can we have the next SDG group, please? Diana and Khadijah. Very quickly.